To monitor attribute data, where items are classified as either conforming or non-conforming, such as pass or fail, the most widely used tool is the p-chart. Because each inspected unit has only two possible outcomes and the probability of a defect remains constant in a stable process, the theoretical foundation of the p-chart is the binomial distribution. However, as we collect multiple subgroups, the central limit theorem states that as the total number of observations increases, the sampling distribution of these proportions approaches a normal distribution. This normal approximation allows us to mathematically define the control limits around the process average. The upper and lower control limits of a p-chart are calculated using the following formulas. In these equations, p-bar represents the process average, or the center line. It is calculated by dividing the total number of non-conforming units by the total number of units inspected. The variable n represents the subgroup size, while the value z equals 3 represents the 3 sigma limit, which captures 99.73% of the data points under stable conditions. Let's consider the following example, where we monitor the daily inspection results of a production process over a 20-day period. In this scenario, the average proportion of non-conforming units is calculated by dividing the total non-conforming items by the total items inspected. This gives us a value of 0.0362, or 3.62%, which serves as the center line for our control chart. Next, we calculate the sample proportions and the standard error of those proportions for each subgroup using this formula. Because our subgroup sizes vary, this standard deviation, and consequently our control limits, will be calculated specifically for each day's inspection size. Finally, the 3 sigma control limits for each subgroup are determined using these formulas. Since proportions cannot be negative, any calculated lower control limit that results in a negative value is set to 0. We then plot the subgroup proportions along with the control limits to identify any out-of-control signals or unusual patterns in the process. If a data point falls above the upper control limit, it signals a significant increase in the defect rate, indicating an assignable cause of variation. On the other hand, a point falling below the lower control limit suggests a significant improvement in quality, which should be investigated to identify potential best practices. While the p-chart monitors the proportion of non-conforming units, other attribute charts are selected based on the data type and sample consistency. Because the p-chart deals with proportions, it can be used with variable subgroup sizes. This means the number of items inspected in each set does not have to be identical. However, in practice, it is often preferred to keep subgroup sizes relatively consistent to maintain stable, straight-line control limits, which are easier to interpret.